Detective Maxwell Max Sterling stood, a statue of stone and shadow, next to a vintage Ford Mustang. His flashlight beamed a harsh spotlight on the face of Maya Reynolds. At 34, the accomplished civil rights attorney, a black woman, met his gaze with an unyielding intensity. Her words, calm and cold, cut through the downpour. "I know exactly what you're doing, detective, and that's why I've been recording you for the past 6 months." How did a sharp, young lawyer with a pristine reputation end up with 3 kilos of heroin in her trunk during a supposedly routine traffic stop? The practiced smirk that usually played on Sterling's lips vanished. A flicker of confusion crossed his face, quickly replaced by a storm of rage. His hand drifted toward his holster as the rain beat a frantic rhythm on the car's roof. This traffic stop on a desolate stretch of the old Foundry District had veered dangerously off script. Maya Reynolds had built her career defending the marginalized in the city of Steel Haven, a once thriving industrial hub now plagued by a deep-seated racial divide. In 8 years as a legal advocate, she had earned the respect of her clients and the bitter resentment of local law enforcement. She was the daughter of Samuel Reynolds, a revered black detective who had been accused of corruption and died by suicide before he could clear his name. The Steel Haven Police Department's history was stained with complaints of excessive force and suspicious arrests, particularly within minority communities. The city's cramped courthouse churned through these cases with the speed and efficiency of a factory line. For months, Maya had been documenting the patterns of these arrests, a trail of breadcrumbs leading to systemic corruption. Detective Max Sterling was a man of immense authority in Steel Haven. At 48, his silver-streaked hair and meticulously pressed uniform projected an image of unwavering integrity. The press adored him. Sterling's community outreach programs were perfect for photo opportunities, and he was widely credited with a 30% reduction in city crime. But behind closed doors, he ran the department with a ruthless efficiency and demanded fierce, unquestioning loyalty. Internal affairs investigations that came too close to his inner circle had a mysterious habit of disappearing. Sterling had personally blocked 3 separate inquiries into Samuel Reynolds' case. When Maya confronted him at her father's funeral, his sympathetic public face slipped. "Your father chose the easy way out," he had whispered, his voice laced with venom. "A smart man." Maya's Ford Mustang, a silent beast, crept through Steel Haven's old Foundry District, a route she deliberately took to avoid police checkpoints. The rain hammered against her windshield as she mentally reviewed her cases for the next day. Her phone vibrated with a text from her sister, Chloe. "Still coming for dinner Sunday?" Blue and red lights suddenly filled her rearview mirror. Maya's stomach knotted. She pulled over, instantly recognizing Sterling's imposing silhouette in the driver's seat. This was no coincidence. Sterling approached with deliberate, almost theatrical slowness, raindrops bouncing off the brim of his hat. "License and registration, Ms. Reynolds," he said, his tone professionally courteous, a stark contrast to the venomous history between them. "What's the reason for the stop, Detective Sterling?" Maya's voice remained even, years of courtroom discipline keeping her fear locked away. "Tail lights out. Dangerous in this weather," Sterling replied, his gaze sliding past her to inspect the car's interior. Maya glanced in her rear-view mirror. Her tail lights had been working perfectly when she left her office. Through the rain-streaked glass, she saw a second patrol car pull up silently, its lights off. Officer Miller emerged, staying close to the trunk. A third unmarked vehicle parked across the street. 3 officers for a broken taillight. "Step out of the vehicle, please." Sterling's request came with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Am I being detained?" "Just a routine check, counselor. You understand procedure." Sterling's hand rested casually on his holster. "Unless you have something to worry about." Maya's mind raced. The intersection had no traffic cameras. Her phone was recording audio, but it wouldn't capture whatever they were planning. The storm had chased away any potential witnesses. In her side mirror, she watched Miller circling toward her trunk, speaking quietly into his radio. His hand repeatedly touched his jacket pocket. Sterling's patience was wearing thin. "Miss Reynolds, step out now or I'll have to consider this resistance." Maya unlocked her door, her heart a frantic drum against her ribs. Whatever they had planned, it It was already in motion. The rain intensified as she stood beside her car, the water soaking through her blazer. Sterling positioned himself between her and his patrol car, a deliberate visual barrier. "I'm going to search your vehicle," he announced, his tone leaving no room for argument. "You don't have probable cause." Maya's legal training kicked in automatically. "I don't consent to a search." Sterling's expression hardened. "I detected the odor of marijuana coming from your vehicle when you rolled down your window." The lie came out with practiced ease. "That gives me probable cause." Across the street, a lone figure watched from a darkened doorway, the glow of a phone illuminating their face for a brief second. Someone was recording. "That's impossible," Maya protested. "There's no marijuana in my car, and you know it." Sterling ignored her, nodding to Miller. "Check the trunk." Maya attempted to follow, but Sterling blocked her path. "Stay where you are, Miss Reynolds." Behind them, Miller popped the trunk latch. The rain provided cover as he slid a hand inside his jacket, removing a plastic bag. His body shielded the movement as he quickly placed the bag under the trunk's carpet lining. "Detective," Miller called out, his voice pitched to carry over the rain. "You might want to take a look at this." Sterling's mouth twitched with the ghost of a smile before he composed his features into a mask of stern professionalism. "Keep an eye on her," he instructed the third officer, walking toward the trunk. Maya strained to see past them, panic rising in her throat. "What are you doing? This is illegal. You can't plant evidence." The third officer, Officer Ramirez, shifted uncomfortably. His eyes darted between Maya and his colleagues, hesitation written across his face. For a split second, their eyes met, and a flicker of shame crossed his expression. "I know what you're doing." Maya shouted over the rain, loud enough for any recording to capture her words. "This is a setup." Sterling returned, his expression grave, but his eyes gleaming with triumph. "Ms. Reynolds, you have a serious problem. Would you care to explain this?" He held up a Ziploc bag containing white powder. 3 kilos. Professionally packed. Street value. Over $1.50. 000. Maya's blood ran cold. "That is not mine. You know damn well it's not mine." Her voice rose, fighting to be heard over the downpour. "You just planted that." Sterling's expression shifted to a mask of performative disappointment. The prominent civil rights attorney carrying narcotics. "What a shame." He signaled to Miller. "Cuff her." Miller roughly grabbed Maya's wrists, the cold metal of handcuffs biting into her skin. "Maya Reynolds, you're under arrest for possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance. This is a frame job." Maya struggled against Miller's grip. "You're doing this because of my father, because I've been investigating you." Sterling leaned close, his voice dropping to a whisper. "Your father couldn't prove anything either. Look how that ended for him." Maya's resistance intensified. "I want my phone call. I want my lawyer present for questioning." "Of course," Sterling replied loudly. "You'll have all your constitutional rights, counselor." Officer Ramirez retrieved her purse from the passenger seat, carefully avoiding her gaze. As he handed it to Sterling, he hesitated. "Sir, should I log her personal effects now or at the station?" "Station," Sterling snapped, taking the purse and passing it to Miller, who bagged it as evidence. Miller shoved Maya toward the patrol car with unnecessary force, her shoulder hitting the door frame. Pain radiated down her arm as she was pushed into the back seat. Through the rain-streaked window, Maya watched Sterling make a call, his expression triumphant. She knew what was happening. Within hours, the story would break. The respected Detective Sterling catches corrupt civil rights attorney with drugs. Her career, her father's legacy, her ongoing investigation, all destroyed in a single night. As the cruiser pulled away, Maya glimpsed the doorway across the street. The figure with the phone was gone.